It's enough rising. It's enough rising.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Green live stream. I'm your host, Edie Arndell, and I'm here with my absolutely awesome Mr. Scott Free co-host.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there?
I make them up on the spot, by the way, but they're always from the heart.
There you
We're
go.
here with Dave Sutliff-Atias. I'm getting better. From Rochester, New York. He's running for city council. How's it going, Dave?
It's going very well. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Oh, your sound sounds a little different now. A little less. So city council. Yeah, it's really good to run locally, but
Yes.
I hear that's not where you started. That sounds much better. You started with Nader?
Well, that's how I found out about the Green Party. So
Cool.
this, again, and the reference I'll give, and sorry for any of the kids, this is during the AOL dial-up days. It was my first teaching job, and it was at Rochester School for the Deaf, and I was working with a small group of kids. And back then in New York, it was much easier to have ballot access, and there were like 8 or 9 candidates on the New York state ballot. So we did this project. We were going to make this grid of all the candidates, and we picked 11 topics, and each student researched a party, this candidate, and we made this topic grid so that we could give to the adults at the school. So to do the research for them so they could, decide who to vote for. And I was helping a student because he was having trouble finding stuff on the Green Party, which I'd never heard of. So as I'm reading this stuff over his shoulder, I'm like, oh my gosh, I agree with all of this. So I reached out to the National. There was an email address there. I think I had my AOL email account. And just said, hey, I just found out about you guys. Is there anybody in Rochester? And like within a week, I'm in some church basement, like making a huge banner for a highway overpass. Vote Nader.
Yeah.
Highway overpass. That had
Oh,
been
wow.
huge.
Saturday Night Live once. That's all I knew about the guy. I didn't know about his background. I didn't know any of that stuff. I had just started to mildly dabble in a little bit of activism, but that just really all the issues that the Greens were working on. I found local orgs that were doing that, and I started to get involved in that. We didn't have ballot status yet. We don't think locally we had run anybody ever yet. And just I got in at the ground roots, and I just learned by hitting the ground running.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still
Wow.
learning. Still always learn from folks.
It's always something to learn, and things change too.
Yeah. Talk about things changing. Ballot access
Talking
has
about that
changed.
before. Oh yeah, gosh, yeah.
Oh, since the
Well,
good old
I'm
days.
very impressed by all your shorts, because when I texted you, was that yesterday? You're like,
Mhm.
I'll get to that when I get done knocking doors. And you do these
Yeah.
incredible shorts on your YouTube channel. And
So-
and by the way, if you notice the ticker, you can find Dave at Dave for Change, any platform.
Yeah, that's the
And
handle.
also please donate. But yeah, you do these shorts as you're leaving somebody's house. It's really cool.
There's a local Green who is a media consultant who I've known for a long time. She actually started off as an intern at our local NPR station, and she's a media consultant. So I put a few bucks together, and I hired her for a couple of sessions, and really helped. And I'll be honest with you, I still haven't been doing everything she taught me, and I haven't had time. And if I ever, which don't tell my wife this, but if I ever run again, and I know I have a little more advanced time, I can really delve into the things she gave me. But I thought more was better, and I was doing back with the last time I ran 6 years ago, I was doing 10-minute videos, 12. If it was a real good topic I really liked, it'd be 20-minute videos. And she's like, no, 2 max. And then I'm finding out even 2's too long. And so now if it's not under a minute, I will redo it. In fact, I have one on my phone I haven't posted yet. I had to do 3 times. I couldn't get it under a minute until.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm trying to keep it under. I still need somebody under 20 years old to kind of help me with TikTok, because I get 800 views on one video and then I get 3. on the next video, and then the one I get 3 views, I have 7 likes. I don't know how that maths. I don't. I don't know how that happens.
Wait a second. Is my mother liking this without looking at it?
Right? I mean, how does that even work? Can you do that? So anyway, I followed the advice there, and I mean, she was saying 10 posts on your social media a week. I'm not getting that prolific, but I'm 6 to 7. I'm really doing my best.
That's fantastic.
And it's help. Okay, I think I'll give you an example. I had my walk list, and just before I got here, I knock on the door. Person comes to the door, just opens it up a crack. I just see a face, and I have my list. I was, hey, is Maria home? And no, you have the wrong house. There's nobody here named Maria. I was like, oh, well, if you're going to be voting this year, I'm Dave. I'm running for city council. And I go to hand my lit, and she goes, Dave for change. And,
Wow.
Right.
There you
and
go.
She takes the card and never opens the door more than a crack, though. And she's like, how you doing? Are you okay? Do you need any water? Stay safe out there. And it was awesome. But, like, I think that if she said Dave for change, it's
Bingo.
from the mindset.
You got it.
Well, congrats. That's amazing.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely works. I had people good-hearted, but messaging me like, hey, have you seen Zohan Montani? And he's doing all of this stuff. And I've watched some of them where he's running up to the camera and he's doing all this stuff. And it's like, that's great. I'm sure he has a staff to edit and do all that stuff. I'm
Right.
doing this on the fly on my own.
Right.
I'm not doing anything that involved. I'm get it done. I do the captioning and I just make sure it gets up and I spread it around. And that's going to have to be good enough for this run.
That's
And
a lot, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And it's been
Yeah.
it's the most I've ever done on a campaign, either my own or campaigns that I've run, and it's going really well. I've learned a lot. Each campaign you learn something new.
Well, you're inspiring me. I'm running for
I know.
the first time, and I jumped into the big boat apparently because I'm running for lieutenant governor.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I don't live inside the city limits, and the county, that just didn't seem to work for me. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but Scott here asked me to run because we were looking for statewide candidates to help us get our party status back.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Is that the parameters on how you get ballot status?
Yeah, I mean, not to delve in too deeply, but yes, we have the big goal is in the election, 5% of the governor's race.
Got
Mhm.
it. Yep.
But there's a way to get on the ballot a little easier because you can put 7 statewide candidates on one petition. So that's based, or all of that kind of defines the candidates we're trying to promote and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so Edie's going to play a big role this year, this upcoming year for 2026.
Yeah,
So.
for New York too, and I don't know who we have in
Yeah.
store to be able to run. I don't even know if that discussion. Actually, I'm on the New York State Committee, and that discussion, at least as a group, hasn't been taking place yet. So,
Well, I mean, I know that New York and Illinois are the 2 worst states in terms of ballot access. And I do know about the story that Cuomo tripled the requirements.
Yeah.
So,
It was 15,000. Now it's 45.
Yeah, now it's 45.
But if anybody from New York is listening, don't let them beat you.
Right.
Get in there and swing again.
Yeah.
I have this idea, someone who's not a green, but I think would be good. I'm not going to say because I haven't even approached this person yet. And I did run it by a couple of on the executive committee, and they're like, hey, you might as well ask. I mean, you don't go in and say, I promise you could be the candidate, but at least feel them out. And I've been so busy with my own campaign, I haven't even had a chance to reach out to him yet. So I do have an idea. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, the last person we had on that was New York was Jose Vega.
Yeah, Jose Vega. And yeah, we're fans of his. And, he was really cool. He was like, okay, the elephant in the room is that I'm not Green Party yet. And I'm really like, we love you. We love what you do, because he goes after those candidates at the town halls. So we're big fans. But yeah, I mean, we would love it if he would come over to the Green Party. Please, Jose, please. But yeah.
Well, we're here to talk about you. And so I'm super excited that you had a good experience right before coming here. That always boosts you up when somebody's like, oh my gosh. And you also got to realize probably people are a little afraid to answer their door right now. So thank you, Trump.
Oh my
and ICE.
God. Yeah.
ICE is out of control.
I'm really getting a good response.
Okay.
this time. I mean, there's always exceptions, but I mean, it's really good. So okay, I can do this. This is pretty much how everyone goes, because I got my walk list and I knock on the door, ring the bell, and and I say, "Is Scott there?" And first they're really suspicious. How do I know their name, right? And before I even let them do anything, I say, "Hold up my card, my lit," and I say, "Hey, my name's Dave. I'm running for city council." And almost every time they immediately just relax. You could see them, oh, they're not trying to sell me anything.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not, and they don't even know what party I'm in. They don't know what I'm running. They don't have no of my ideas, but they immediately react because no one goes door to door anymore.
Yeah.
And so around here anyway. So and I keep every day I'm getting thanked for being out there. Multiple people today. Thank you for coming out. They didn't even say they were going to vote for me yet. Although I've had people say, "You're the only one who's been at my door. I'm voting for you."
Yep.
So, and so overwhelmingly, it's been positive. Even the weird, and in fact, the video that I did today that I haven't had a chance to post yet, is about this woman I met yesterday, who I knocked on her door, and I did my elevator speech. I'm Dave. I'm running for city council. You get to vote for 5 people. If you check out my stuff, maybe I'll make your top 5. I got to get a phone number 5. I have a low bar. And so usually people go, okay, cool, I'll check it out. And then they just want to move on with their lives. But she had questions. So I knew I had to brace myself. This was going to go interestingly. And her first one was, how do you feel about the new sanctuary city law that got passed in Rochester? And I got to admit, I know it's an all Democrat city council, and we can talk about that another time or later, but the bill is actually pretty good. They actually did a good job, finally, for a change. And so I said, I read it. They were a little creative with the language, but it looks legal to me, and I liked it. And she didn't like that answer, so she went to, okay, what do you think about ICE being in Rochester, scooping people up? I was like, no, that's not cool. They need to leave. She was not happy.
Okay.
And she was like about to give me my card back and say, well, look, I'm not going to vote for you. And she started going on about how, okay, I'm not saying this, I'm saying what she said. So about how ICE needs to scoop up all these illegals and they don't belong here. And while they're at it, they should get the drug dealers too and just take them. And she didn't say where to take them, but they had to scoop them all up. And I wasn't going to have that discussion with her on what that really means at her doorstep when I have other doors to knock on. But I let her keep talking for a little bit until she got to a place where I could find common ground. So by the time we finished, because she used to work for the local DSS office, and she said she saw people who, quote, belong here, which, okay, not get resources while these people who don't belong here get all this stuff, which they really don't.
Yeah.
So, but because she was acknowledging she was seeing people not getting what they need, I was able to say on my platform, I have stuff about housing and public safety and education and economic development that gets the people you're talking about that stuff. And she went from no way in hell I'm voting for you to 60% sure I'm not voting for you. And she kept the car.
She kept the car. Wow.
So,
bravo.
Now, was this person still probably really racist? Absolutely. I did not change that in her heart, without question. You can't legislate that. You can't. The only thing you can legislate relatively is the behavior. You can be racist. You can't act on it. At least you shouldn't be able to anyway. And so we didn't get to that discussion, but it's that kind of talk. And that's what the video, when I post it tonight or tomorrow morning, that was about, that conversation. Although I had more than 50 seconds, so I was able to expound on it more.
Mm-hmm.
On the video, it's a
right. We didn't cut you off.
Right. So,
I was just going to say I had a similar conversation at a recent event. This guy was looking for the Elks Club. He was lost. So me and the chair of my chapter were like trying to help him find his way, even though I didn't really know that I'm directionally challenged, by the way. I'm like, I'm not sure. I've not been there. I don't know where the Elks is. So we were trying to help him find it on the map. And I'm like, look, Green Party helps people. But he came back just to ask me about Trump sitting in the National Guard. And I'm like, oh, this is loaded. I said, well, we have our own National Guard, and I feel like if it was necessary that they would be doing the job, but crime is actually down. He goes, but there were 54 murders. And I'm like, yeah, but crime is actually down statistically, so there's no need.
Yeah, I mean, it is also true that, people are just heavily propagandized. I mean, the fact that she brings up drug dealers is like, oh gosh, she's been listening to Fox and Fox and Friends by other stations. That kind of stuff is just so loaded. But that's how they do it. That's how they do it.
And also, and I can bring the Democrats in on this too, because in Rochester, during the Democratic primary for this election, not just city council, but the mayor's seat's also open is up for election on this one.
Mm.
Our current mayor, who had a primary, he was running against 2 other people, said we don't do homeless encampment sweeps, which everyone who paid attention, who's on the line, knows that's a lie. He just straight out lied.
Oh, wow.
And then while this was going on, the city did another encampment sweep, and most of these people are struggling with addiction.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the issue has really been in the news locally. So that also could be where her mind was as well. Could have been Fox, absolutely, or it could have been a combination.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, without question. And look, like I said, I didn't think I was getting all the votes. So if she doesn't vote for me, that's okay. It was a really good conversation. And just like you, I know you guys know this, so that win or lose, I am talking really hard, which I've been doing in other campaigns that I've run and that I have run for office and have run for other people about replacing this corporate energy utility with a public one.
Right.
And that's actually on my lawn sign. That's actually bumper sticker with a QR code that goes to my website.
Okay.
And the acronym for the utility is that we're trying to get rid of.
RGE?
RGE, yeah.
Okay.
And RGE, that's the number one. It was one of my top 3 issues, and it's on my list. And within a week, that obviously was the number one thing anybody wanted to talk about. That's what I lead with in everything.
Okay.
And
there you go. Because it's a monopoly? What's
that?
Because it's a monopoly?
Yeah, well, and it's owned by a Spanish conglomerate, and they get rate increases. The state commission approves rate increases literally every year. They're sending homeowners bills for, I'm not making this up, this is not an exaggeration, homeowners are getting like $10,000 monthly bills.
Oh my God.
There's no way. And then when they won't pay that, they get a shutoff notice.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, look, I'm trying to work with you to figure out why this is $10,000. You haven't paid it, we're going to shut you off. And so I know I've heard from people on the inside at the company that it is a hot mess in there. And it used to be locally owned. And the CEO at the time, who was responsible for helping sell it off to this Spanish company, then ended up becoming mayor. Not the same mayor we have now, but it's so incestuous. It's really funny. Yeah. So that guy's long gone, with his boatloads of money, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
We're stuck with this horrible, it's still called Rochester Gas and Electric, but it's no longer locally owned. And it's horrible service. The billing system is just out of control. And it needs to go back to a public. Every place should be. Anything that we need to stay alive, to survive, should be public.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes. Food, water, electricity, shelter.
Yep.
I'm sorry. And Scott, you guys feel free to talk whenever you want.
No. This show is about you. We talk so much on these shows.
Because you can ask
we spend 2 hours on Saturdays chatting about it.
No, we need to.
Well, I mean, it could be a cooperative. And, while you're talking, I think my brain kind of loves to find little slogans. And I'm like, the mayor got the goods, but Rochester got the bill.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Way to go, Edie. But no. Actually, I mean, Dave, we really want to hear your story because it's really important. And it speaks so much to the Green Party. Right. Your story sounds, I mean, that's what the Green Party is about, is that actually our motivations is to help people. That's why we're here. It's weird being a politician, want to actually help people, but that's what we're about. So, right. So you have that difficult conversation, But our perspective is we want to help people. We don't want to throw people out because somebody labeled them a drug dealer. We want to help people.
Well, I can even, for the most ardent, but that's wrong, and they need to go to jail. And you could say, okay, fine.
Okay.
Look, how about this? Let's look at it from how it helps you by not throwing these people in jail, or dealing with it differently.
Yeah.
You round up these drug dealers, and ICE takes them to some undisclosed location, and we don't see
Drug dealers. Got to put it in quotes, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think there will be no more drug dealers? No, they're just going to get replaced.
Right.
There'll be more drug dealers because
Just create a vacuum.
The demand.
There's
The
gonna
demand.
be, and then there's going to be fighting over who gets control over it.
Yeah.
Right.
So this sounds like a perfect time to bring up your crime prevention graphic.
Okay. There we go.
There you go.
Way to go, Edie. Way to go. So yes.
Okay, look, if someone can help me. I found that online, and there was no attribution. So
Yeah. We get that all the time.
So if anybody comes to me and says, "Hey, I made that," I will put your name, handle, whatever. Right? It's not. It was not done on sneaky. I looked. I couldn't find who did it, but it's everything the campaigns that I've worked on, either mine or somebody else's, has been saying. So, and it's green. So I'm using it.
Yes.
But I will totally give attribution.
It's fantastic.
So
did you want to talk about how that? Scott, put it back up for a little bit. How that works. I think people don't really understand. They think punishment, and putting people in jail is crime prevention. You want to talk about why all this is actually crime prevention?
Well,
or where did it go?
Well, let's go back to the drug dealers for a second, or the drug users, the people who are suffering from addiction, right? Who are dealing with that. Look, eventually, unless your plan is literally to, quote, round them up and never let them out, they're coming back, and with no more appreciable skills, or 99 times out of 100, their life isn't turned around. You meet the occasional person that they trot out. I would be dead if they hadn't sent me to jail. But I've taught in the jail, and I've talked to people that I've talked to people who have been in jail multiple times over and over again.
Right.
So the real overwhelming majority of the time, incarceration doesn't really work. It makes people who don't break the law feel good, but it doesn't. So back again so the person who wants to round them all up and throw them away, great. But is that going to make it safer for you? No, because that's just going to other people are going to take their place. So spending our time, money, and resources and to do that is a waste of time.
Yeah.
So if you want to do something that actually works, and we know from studies and data and science, that crazy stuff, that we know that the stuff that was in the graphic, that stuff works.
Yeah.
And so that's if you look at my platform, almost everything there, with maybe one minor exception. Well, it's not a minor exception. With one exception, is about this stuff that I have, because we have. I want to say the worst child poverty rate in the country. I think it is, in terms of cities, Rochester, New York, and it's been that way, and we know it's that way, and yet it keeps being that way, and because our government, our system locally does not deal with these things. They nibble around the edges. They give money to nonprofits, in the United Ways and stuff like that, who spend their money on office furniture and CEO salaries, and it doesn't get to the people like it should. Right. And then here's another roundtable discussion. Here's another
Here's another Zoom meeting. Here's another
committee, and
that's Democratic Party run.
Committee.
That's Democratic Party run.
Elected in 40 plus years in Rochester.
Well, we have a universal healthcare bill that was in committee, came out of committee, went back in committee. It's been there since February. What is the thing that's on everyone's mind that I've been talking to is healthcare, because of the cuts to Medicaid, and people. There's a hospital that's getting ready to close in Chicago.
Yeah,
that serves, the more challenged communities,
right,
that can't afford to pay the big bucks. That's what people care about. So
And I've been around folks enough to know that, yeah, it is absolutely insecurity is what feeds drug addiction. You know, did homelessness or drug addiction come first? That's a big question, because there's nothing like homelessness to want you to make you take drugs to forget where you are. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I've seen it
Yeah.
quite a bit.
It's self-medication.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, don't give that guy $1 or he'll go buy drugs with it. I was like, you know what, dude? If that was my life, that's probably what I'd want to do. Too.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
So when you
It's like,
address
"Oh,
the
it's not
underlying
gonna have to do it,
causes, then all of that stuff starts to disappear.
Right.
You know, a healthy, safe, well-adjusted, you know, I have a good job, I have, you know, I can support my family, I have a home, you know, I have good food to eat. People, you know, people respect me in the community. Respect is a big thing, you know, because I'm able to do these things, I can
Yep.
kind of be myself.
Yep.
That gets rid of crime. Because people that have all that to lose aren't going to do something crazy.
Yep. And it works. We know
Right.
it works. It's been
really
done in places like the great example that people like to use, like myself, is what they did in Utah. They had homeless issues, so they just gave people a place to live, and it worked. And
Yeah.
the problem happened is that there were folks who just in power who just couldn't handle it. Like,
Right.
and so they chipped away at this program, and now they're back to the same old that they had.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the real estate industry was hard on them to
yeah.
destroy it. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, I have gone door to door and not knowing. I mean, they don't put that down when they register to vote. Some developers, some real estate folks. It's tell me about this. Housing is a human right. And I'm like, oh crud, they're a developer.
go.
Son of a gun.
Yep.
This is good. I'm gonna be here a while.
Yep. That's the thing that I've, learned in my short time in the world of, political parties is that on the big stage, it's the military industrial complex. On the smaller stages, it's real estate.
Yeah.
That's the evil power that controls local governments.
Absolutely.
I can speak specifically to the Rochester area, but I know maybe under a different name or a different acronym, this is the same in every locality. They build, quote, I'm putting air quotes, affordable housing, but when you look at the formula they use, it's not actually affordable.
No.
And they tend to use something called area median income. I think that derives from HUD. And it's what the area, what area are they using? So here in Rochester, the area median income for the city of Rochester is like $35,000 a year. But our city council and the mayor uses the area of the entire county or even the 9-county area, and that's more like $75,000 a year. Yeah. So when they say, hey, look, this is affordable by the AMI, they're using double what it really is.
Right.
And I know maybe under different names and different, a guide, but the same concept happens in municipalities all over the country.
Of course.
Yeah, we have some trouble here in my city of Carbondale. There are houses that are empty, boarded up. The median income here is like 26,000. So you figure, it's like this much above poverty level. So that means half the people that live here are in poverty, basically.
Yeah.
So, and then that creates, businesses that fail because they don't have any customers. We have good businesses here, but they can't make it because there's not enough people that have the discretionary income to go spend it.
Right.
So I think he was a landlord. He wouldn't tell me, but I'm pretty sure it was. He was asking me. I just got to where I told him, look, I want the city government to get control of the housing market, to start having it be, quote, the free hand, because look what's happening. And I think he still might actually still be thinking about that. Yeah. Like as you and I are speaking, we're speaking right now. I think he might actually be like, wow, like that you could do that.
Oh God.
You can be fair to people and still be okay and make a little bit of money.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe not hand over fist and like kicking people into the street, and then you got a homeless problem. But you know what they did to our homeless here in our city. I don't know that they sweep them. I've not seen that, but the center of town, the town pavilion, they decided to play music all night, so they can't sleep.
Yeah.
At first I thought, oh, that's nice. They're playing music. That's kind of cool. And then I found out why, and I'm like, wow.
Right. Yeah. No, horrible. Oh, wait. Yeah, we have tons of sweeps in Chicago. Democratic run Chicago. Lots of homeless sweeps all the time. All the time.
Hey, Marianne's here. What's up, Marianne?
Hey, Marianne. How you doing?
Oh, you get to see that stuff. I don't get to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the comments.
Sometimes put the comments in. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, it's a rough, world out there. We are so happy that you're running, Dave, because, and that the fact that you're going door to door, that is amazing, and I think so effective, and you're helping the Green Party. You really are, to get that word out that there is a party out there that actually cares, doesn't do this fake theater care stuff.
And look, okay, so let's go down that avenue. So for folks, I assume if people are watching this, most of them are probably already they already identify themselves as green. If unless they're able to register as green, then you could say you're. But I mean, it's to help this. I mean, even if you're not out in front like I am right now, we really need all hands on deck. Whether it's running, we really do need people to run. No matter how high that bar is, the Democrats keep setting it for us. We got to try and do that. And even when we fail, look, I don't win this seat. I promise you the things I have been talking about will get used by the people who win. The top of my website has a list of things that in my campaigns, not even the campaigns I've run in Rochester, that partially at least our city government has adopted after we've run and gone to candidate forums and been on the local NPR show and talked about them over and over again, went to city council meetings and speak to council and talked about these over and over again. And it chips away. And, and if I don't win this seat, and look, if I win the seat, I'm going to be one of 8. So it's not like I'm coming in with some magic green wand changing everything, but I'm going to do the same thing. Do what I said I was going to do. And if the other 8 stop it, then hopefully I'll have citizens up with my backs asking them why
exactly
they won't vote for a public utility, why we keep destroying these houses that could be fixed up and put family. I keep going back to this. They say that the Rochester City School District has said on any given day there are 2,000 homeless students in the district.
Oh, wow.
2,000. Wow. Give their families a place to live. Give it to them. Call it homesteading. I don't. Give them the house. Fix it up. We have 2 organizations that take younger people, whether teens or young adults, and like apprenticeships, teach them how to do construction. Use them, fix up these houses, and literally give them to these families. It helps the neighborhoods. It helps the tax base. It helps the school district. It has there's a ripple effect on all, like the graphic. It has all these effects on all these different things, and it's win-win-win. And we won't do it. You should have seen the mayor's list of houses slated to be demolished.
Oh, God.
Why? People don't have houses yet. You're going to tear down houses. That is just, it's insane.
Into the poorest parts of town and build these amazing projects.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Using that stupid AMI formula that no one can afford.
Right.
Well, I mean, and people don't really, a lot of people, I do, Scott does, but don't understand how what's happening in Gaza has everything to do with what's happening here. It's the same people doing a similar thing. That's how it began there. Yeah. Just like kicking people out of their houses, giving them nowhere to live, trampling all over their rights. And now look at it. So if we don't get our act together soon.
And there is a platform plank on my platform. Okay, that was awesome grammar, but I do have a platform plank that is kind of addresses that. What can a city do? What can a municipality do? And so it's calling to be put into the city charter that the city should not be allowed to do business with any company that supports genocide. Not mentioning any countries. So the Zionists can't say you're picking on Israel. It just says genocide. And you can go with whatever organization you want to decide which companies those are, but it's easy to, to discern that.
Yeah.
And just put that into the city charter.
Right.
Kind of similarly to what Rochester was a leader back in the day with apartheid and divesting. So I'm looking at it that way. This is just the next step in that. We have a history of it here, so this shouldn't be a big deal. It's in my platform plank, but I'll be honest with you, everybody wants to talk about the public utility.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
That's
Of
fine.
course. It's important. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Both things are important.
Yep.
No, I'll work on both when I get in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, what is the date of the election?
So, election day is November 4th. It's obviously a Tuesday.
Okay.
And then New York State early voting starts October 25th.
Ooh.
One state goes to October 2nd. But here's the cool thing. I just got my latest batch of campaign lit, and on the back has all the places for early voting and the dates and times. So I hand those out. There you go. Wait for your fridge to tell you where and when you can go vote.
Nice.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. No, excellent.
That's a great idea. We should do that.
So I will share this with Greens or anybody else who's running. So one of the things I've tried to do with campaign lit, and depending on what you're running for, sometimes it's a little more difficult. Like if it's a state seat that goes through multiple municipalities, that's a little more difficult. But one side of the lit, I try to have something that people can use whether they're going to vote or not. For one campaign, it was a list of, mine was farmers markets in the city. What months they're open, the days that they're open, and where they are. Now we're coming towards the end of that season, so I needed the next batch of lit to have something else, and I figured, okay, well, there's like 9 or 10 places to go for early voting, so why don't I just have that on the back? People can use that.
Nice.
That way they won't just throw it in the recycling, even if they think you're a lousy Pico commie, at least maybe they'll keep the thing on their fridge. And of course your website's there too. So,
That is fantastic. And now I can never remember what we talk about before the show starts and in the show, but Dave is the only person out there knocking on doors for this candidacy. And I think that's really important that people hear that the Green Party's out there actually doing the work, where the rest of them just sit back and, I'm a Democrat, so people are going to vote for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's conventional wisdom in this town, because again, it has been 40 plus years since a non-Democrat was elected. So once the primary is over in June, everybody just packs up. And they coast or whatever.
So they leave it wide open for you. That's what they're doing.
Right. Because this is a 5-seat. There's 5 seats open, and it's at large. It's not ranked choice voting, but it's just top 5 win. So no one else is campaigning. Most neighborhood associations or whatever that would have candidate forums, they do it for the primary only.
Wow.
And they won't. And I fought to try to get them to do it. Nah, we don't need to. We did it for the primary. So a couple times I've actually weaseled my way. I shouldn't say weaseled, but I wrangled my way into the primary.
Worked your way.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going away. Let me in on this one then.
Yeah.
So it's worked a couple of times. There is a local NPR show that does have, if you're on the ballot, you get on his show.
Okay.
So that'll be coming up. And
great.
That's the show most of the liberals listen to. So
okay.
So I wanted to talk about how it was to get on the ballot there, because I know, New York wasn't able to get Jill Stein on the ballot because Cuomo tripled the signature requirement from 15,000 to 45,000, and you only had 45 days. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Something like that. That's 1,000 signatures a day. Yeah.
And
that's insane.
And even before that, the primary election used to be in September. So you would get all those signatures summer. Well, for a bunch of excuses, but really it's to hose people, they moved it. The primary election's now in June, and the petitioning window for the constituted parties, the people of ballot status, is in the winter.
Yeah.
You have to go get signatures in the winter. And this is the only good part of not having ballot status anymore. We're considered independents. At least we got end of winter, early spring. So I did have to get some petitioning in like 30-degree weather, with my winter stuff on. And I also got to wear light jacket, but in a monsoon because it was raining like it was spring. And then I've been door to door in like 90-degree weather, and it's just been whatever.
But I think it's really important to point out, folks, this is all calculated. The exact thing happened in Illinois. Our petitioning time has been moved up, so we lose June. Exact. So this stuff is coordinated, folks, across all of the states. This is not just randomy. This is done on purpose.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, we had an event over the weekend, and Anna, that used to be the chair, but now she's the secretary of Illinois Green Party, came down along with our governor candidate Griselda and Chibu, which is helping us out with the campaign. So she made this little sign that said, guess the number. So she whipped out her list from the campaign guide that said, it was for U.S. House races. So we're in District 12. So okay, in District 12, Democrats have to get a little over 500. Republicans have to get about 1,300. So people are already going, why isn't it the same from there? And then you go, how many signatures do you think is required for a Green Party person to be on the ballot in this race? And we let them guess. Go ahead. Scott might kind of know.
I already know the answer to that one.
Well, if 1,300 for the Republicans, we can't be less than that. Even though it should be, I would say it's got to be then 1,500.
22,000. 18,000.
No, it's 18,000. 18,000.
That's how sick Illinois is. That's how much we are not a democracy.
How about each signature being a different color ink too?
Oh my! And I know, right?
Right.
And some states have that kind of stuff where you have to have a certain percentage from each. I mean, it gets really bad.
New York is, for sure. And they raised all those too.
Oh, yeah.
They widened the percentages too, and the areas you had to get to as well.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this happens in other states. Obviously, because it goes state to state in terms of these laws. New York's, I love how they do this. So Cuomo tried to do this by itself, and it actually got ruled unconstitutional. So he just did what they tend to do, even the legislators do. I know how this is legal, but they put it in the budget.
Yeah.
They just stick it in the budget when really it has nothing to do with the budget. And this is like everything that they want passed that will never pass on its own, because no group of people will stand up and not pass the budget because of their one bill, Oh
yeah. Ours where they moved it and got cut off June, the bill was something like fight cancer or something. I mean, it was some medical thing.
It was colitis and something.
Colitis.
Actually, that's more fitting. That's actually way more fitting.
At least it's the right end. So.
Okay. Yeah, same tactic. Oh, that sounds great. Yeah.
Oh, Marianne, did you guess 2,000?
There you go.
She says 2,000.
Yeah,
By the way,
no,
Timmy is the other chair of the Illinois Green Party.
Yeah, hey Timmy, how's it going?
Another excellent candidate. Keep doing this, Scott.
Yay, I know, Dave. Woo, we love having you on here.
20,000. Okay, there we go.
There you go. Yep, that's more accurate.
It's 18,000 for District 12, but if you average all like 16 or 17 districts, it averages out to 20 to 1. We have to get 20 signatures for everyone. Yep.
Terrific.
Look, even if it looks like you don't have a chance, run. Help a candidate.
Oh yeah.
I know.
It's worth it. And look, I tell my students this, and they kind of look at me like they always look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm actually an introvert. I would rather just be here in my office doing stuff by myself, and really, that's what, and it just never happens because I know, I don't even know if I should say this out loud. I meet activists who say, I do this and I get arrested and I do all these things protesting. I do it out of love. I'm going to be honest. I do it out of anger.
Okay.
I'm mad.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff makes me mad.
Right.
I don't want to do this stuff. I'm
right.
tired. I'm 59 now, and I would like to sit down.
Right. I agree. I do it out of anger. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When I don't see people around me suffering, then I can think about love. That's just me. And I'm envious of people that no matter what can feel that love and do things out of love. I'm mad about this.
Yep.
I'm mad.
I have a combination. Because when you love, humanity, and like I said, I was telling somebody yesterday, like, I need a bumper sticker that says I break for butterflies, because I just don't like things being hurt. I don't think it's fair. It's unjust. So because of my love, I am super angry because it's unjust. I don't like the injustice. So I think it comes from love. This kind of anger comes from love.
No, Edie, I'm stealing yours. I like yours way better.
Yeah. No, Edie
Hey,
comes up
we
with
share at the
that.
Green Party.
It actually calms me down. It actually makes me feel better, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Edie is going to be a great candidate. She just started running, but I mean, she's just got the best. She brings out the best of us. Damn it.
Aw.
I want to just stay angry.
Now I got to admit that I actually like people and love them. Some of them. Dang it.
Look, and if you do this, right, or if you volunteer for a campaign, like take on a role, right, like I'm going to be the whatever manager or the coordinator or something. Look, there's going to be days you don't want to do it. There are days I don't want to knock on doors.
Yeah.
Of course there are. And you just go, you know what? I don't even talk myself into it. I just go, you know what? You're doing it. You're going out. And usually by the end, I'm like, that was all right, man. That one person that said something really cool to you, that was totally worth it.
Yep.
And so
that almost always happens, right?
Yeah.
When you're sitting around and you're kind of like, I really don't feel like it, but then you're like, I'm just going to go do this thing. And you're always glad you did. You're always glad you did.
And there's always like, oh man, look at all the stairs on that house. And you just got, as you're trudging up each one, you got to go, every vote matters. I'm not trying to steal that.
Timmy says we just can't not keep doing what we're doing, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
Timmy.
Okay.
Learn from it. Like we were saying at the beginning, the stuff that I do. Okay, do we have time for a really funny story?
Yes.
Yeah, we got 11 minutes left.
So
And we can go over.
This will give you a hint of
Go
what
over.
not to do in a campaign.
Okay.
So, I ended up living in Hawaii for a couple of years for a teaching job. And I got there and it was one of those, how did I get here moments, right? Like, holy, how did I get, this is amazing. And I'm like, that's it. No more activism. I'm teaching and I'm in Hawaii. I'm done. But see, the thing is, people can smell an activist like an island away. And within a month later, I'm holding this thing to keep Native Hawaiian land in the hands of Native Hawaiians. And then I'm at, of all things, this is so cliche, I was at the Whale Festival. Yes, the Whale Festival. And just minding my own business on a Saturday, and somebody walked up to me and took me by the arm and dragged me over to somebody else and said, you run campaigns and you're running for state legislature. Now you're working together. And it was one of like aunties that you don't argue with. And I was like, hi, maybe we should at least get to know each other. It's like, so I ran this, and she was a Democrat, and it was the primary. The Democrat always wins. And her first time running, and I into this campaign, because it was a Democrat, and it was the only Democratic campaign I've run. And the Democratic committee from the mainland wants to send over a consultant to work with me and some other people. And I don't want to get them mad. Are you okay? Can you handle this? And I was like, yeah, whatever. And this guy shows up and he's going, and yes, I've done that. I've done these campaigns, I know. And he's telling me these things. So he gave me two things that I had never heard of. One, I did both, and I still do one of them. That's the mailing. If you can, and it's a small enough race, hand addressed stamped envelopes with a letter to targeted mailing. People will open that. They will not just throw that away, and it goes a long way. We've done that. The largest mailing I've done with hand addressed envelopes has been 9,000 pieces.
Oh my God.
Now
Wow.
I have to adjust that. I'm not doing that. I am doing labels on this one, but I am sending targeted ones out. If I moved my camera, you'd see the piles of stuff, envelopes and stuff. That's the thing you can do, you should do. Don't do potholders. He was like, I've never lost a campaign when I've had potholders with the candidate's name on it. Well, I found out later he got some kickback, and so we did these potholders. They showed up the wrong size, wouldn't fit in the envelopes, got there late. People were getting potholders a week after the election. I still get, this was 20 years ago, I still get teased about these stupid potholders.
Oh my God. Democrat.
You do dumb things and you tell funny stories about it. Use it as your bad.
Yeah.
But that wasn't your idea. That was the Democratic Party's idea. So what does that say about them?
It totally was. But but I also took the good idea and twisted it and used it for my own, and that actually ended up working out. But like 10 years ago, you would think refrigerator magnets were just invented and people could not get enough of them, and it was like you just gave them gold. And now people could not care about a refrigerator magnet to say, I almost want to go get potholders now. I'm not.
Well, because refrigerators, stuff doesn't stick to them anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so, right?
Just like the car magnets. Things don't stick to your car. You don't have a metal car anymore.
So
like no.
Just do it. Don't worry about if you make a mistake or if you don't win. Just keep talking, tell your story, talk about the things that are important to you. And I promise you, even if you don't win, people will steal your good ideas. And the bonus is you don't even have to do the work.
There you go.
Yes, if I get in office, I'm going to work. I'm going to do the things I say I'm going to do. I'm going to try to anyway. But if I don't win, they're going to steal some of my ideas.
Yeah.
And I get to stay home. I can be an introvert for a little while.
And you get to say, hey, I thought of that. And look.
Yep.
Now I'm a lousy critic. No one's going to believe me, but I don't care. I'll know.
Well, all you got to do is like go back in the time machine and pull out one of those flyers.
I know. I've got these 50-second videos now. I got proof.
Oh,
and
that's right.
It's a really good example how electoral politics can change things. There are people that think that only protesting changes. No.
So I want to go there. So,
right. Even when we don't win, we change things.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The people who call themselves the self-identified like real lefties, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Voting doesn't matter. Voting's never solved anything. Voting is the death of every movement. Look, if you think electoral politics is the be all to end all, then you are wrong. This is a tool in your toolbox.
Right.
So I've protested to arrest. I'm in the middle of a lawsuit with the city trying to change the police after getting shot in the head with a pepper ball thing during BLM. Everything you do is in that toolbox. And if you don't include electoral politics, I will take any of these self-proclaimed lefties, righteous people, and ask them how many people have they talked to face to face, and I can quadruple it with the number in this campaign I've talked to door to door. Whether I win or lose or not, or I get into office and I can't do anything because I'm the only green. I have talked to literally thousands of people this campaign on the issues that they agree with.
Yep.
It's a tool in the toolbox.
Yep. Absolutely. Thank you.
Who does that sound like?
Office
Thank you,
matters, and it will make a difference.
Yes.
It might not make a difference in my lifetime. Maybe my daughter's going to run and win as a green after I'm gone. She doesn't know this yet.
Yeah.
I have this plan. It will be in my will.
You must run green.
With her name on it.
There you go. I love it.
That's the same thing that I always say.
Yeah.
It's funny that you use the toolbox reference because I say that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like protest is great for changing public opinion. People that are introverts can, do like little personal divestments. And then there's I just got word that Italy, 1 million people went on strike.
Yeah.
They're shutting down the ports.
Yep.
So there's strikes. Yes, anger is a valid motivator. And then electoral politics, because why would you try to convince people that will never agree with you or tell you what you want to hear and go do what their donors say? Why not put people in there that do agree with you and that owe you because you are the people that put them in there?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me. It's this fear of change. It's like, what was I comparing it to? Like abuse, living with an abusive spouse. Like, Well, but they really love me.
Oh, it's totally Stockholm syndrome. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this time Zohan, he's going to be the one.
Yeah.
We forget about AOC. He's the real one.
Right.
I'm going to be skeptical until I see him in office actually doing certain things. Because I just
me too.
I'm seeing just a different twist on the AOC playbook.
Hi, Joe.
There you go. Yeah, Joe. Yeah.
Joe Harrington's here, and yes, they're sheep.
And my take, and I say it in absolutely every show, is if you really care, why are you in a genocide party? I mean, for 15 months, they ran a genocide. So what are you doing in that Democratic Party? That's just again, that's a careerist path of somebody who is willing to sell out like that. And
Scott,
I got
I
issues
don't know if
with
you
that.
get this when you make that argument, because I do it because I vote in the local primary.
Okay.
That's and I don't have all I can say is okay. I mean, what am I supposed to? And to be honest with you, I don't have too much of a comeback because we don't have a lot of Greens running for local office.
Sure. But I'm putting that on the politician who is in the Democratic Party. They could resign and they could go green. I'm aiming that at the politicians, not the voter. If the voters have no choice, right? What are they going to do? I would agree. I hate the Democrats. If it's a Democrat and a Republican and nobody else there, I mean, what do you know? Yeah, I'd probably.
Well, you just abstain.
I can't write in. I do get creative.
Right in.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's aimed at the politicians. That's what I don't like about the Democratic Party. People who do it are careerists. We're not careerists here. We don't do this for our career.
There's something missing.
And locally, I do know here they tell Democrats who want to run, well, that's fine, but it's not your turn.
Yeah.
So it's not like who's the best candidate, who has the best ideas. It's just not your turn. So help us raise money, and eventually it will be your turn.
Right.
Someday, unless you step out of line, then we'll do away with you.
Right. Yeah.
I was told nobody's running against my congressperson because it's too red down here, so we don't do that.
Yeah. Well.
And I'm like, wow. So all these people that are here supporting you right now, this was the No Kings, the Shawnee Indivisible. Yeah, I'm calling you out.
Yeah. Right.
You got all these people out, but you didn't give them anybody that could represent them.
And my heroes are people that run in the Green Party because it's a real task. So both of you up there, it's a real task to do it. And it is really going out of your way to show how much you care, because not only is it brutal to run for office, but then in a political party that has everything, everybody's against us, right? Everybody's fighting us. I mean, people who are too cool to vote for us, protesters, the Democratic Party spends millions trying to destroy us. So I love both of you.
Jason Wakeman says, real task, real heroes.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
That is so sweet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
As much as you can look, if you can run, if you can get on the ballot for something and run, even if it's just a one issue thing, it's
do it.
Do it. It's like running here's an interesting way of putting it. We have to normalize seeing Greens on a ballot.
Yep.
Yes.
This can't be. Like, I'm running this year, and I'm going to have to take a break after this. We need a Green to run against our congressperson in this area. And I keep putting it out there on social media. I haven't been able to literally sit down and make phone calls, but because of that early petitioning, it's got to happen quick. And we need someone, even if you've never run before, even if you don't feel that you can articulate your vision about about Gaza, and because this guy is just so far up apex, I mean, he smells like gefilte fish. I'm a Jew. I'm saying that. Okay? I'm a Jew. So we need a Green to run against this guy.
Yes.
It just physically cannot be me. I will be done November 5th.
Yeah.
That's way too soon. I mean, that's
No, it's fair. It's fair.
But you can't run two campaigns at the same time.
Sees this either live or later on YouTube. Look, obviously, all my handles, Day for Change. Tell me that you're willing to talk about it. We'll get coffee, and I will totally talk you into it.
There you go. Okay, folks, the word is out, and you can reach Dave everywhere at Dave for
Day for
Change.
change.
Yes, so
Um,
everywhere,
Tammy said-
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Yep.
I'm not the only thing.
Blue
I'm not.
Sky.
They
Blue
couldn't
Sky.
get me onto Snapchat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
Well,
TikTok.
what's the
forgot
point?
that
This
one.
year's, right?
And by the way, Timmy was our #1 petition gatherer for the Jill Stein campaign. So
Yes, she
thank you, Timmy.
That's awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
That
Yep.
need to emphasize that Green Party is now the 3rd largest party in the
Right.
United States.
Yep. Absolutely.
I say that everywhere I go.
Okay, cool.
We used to be 4th, now we're 3rd.
Yeah, right.
And the reason they make all these rules is because they can't handle the competition. If it was a level playing field, we will whoop the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Well, look at the races that are nonpartisan. They're usually smaller races.
Yeah.
Don't we have like a 40% win rate or something like that?
Yeah,
Mhm.
right. We do. Yep, in the nonpartisans. Yep.
We the one green that's won in this county. It was a partisan election. The guy was a realtor who wore a suit all the time. Everybody thought he was a Republican. That's sort of true. He served 2 terms. Nobody knew he was a green. And he's like, shh, don't know. Dude, you want help with your
Don't
campaign?
tell
Just go,
people.
I got this. This is on me. I got this.
That's funny.
Huh? I might steal that too. I don't
Oh,
like to dress up though. I'm a t-shirt kind of girl,
Yeah.
but maybe for knocking doors. You never know.
Yeah.
But I want to, and along the banner on the bottom is where you can donate to Dave's campaign. DaveForChange.org/donate, unless you're against
tell
that
you.
idea.
Anything you donate now, we're at the point. The only thing left is this one mailing. It's letters. It's not a card that's just going to get recycled. It's going to emphasize the public utility, but there's a lot of the platform stuff. It's not super long. It's just enough for people to digest, and it's going to have their name on the envelope. They're going to open it, and it is going to work.
Handwritten,
So
folks.
we can fundraise
Handwritten.
off of that, the more people will get those letters. So
Yes.
I think that's the only place the money's going to.
There you go.
We got our T-shirts are done, lawn signs are done, all that stuff's done. That's the only expense we got left. So
Okay.
T-shirts
Go
and
for
lawn
it.
signs. Yeah.
Go for it, folks. Handwritten letters. I got to give you for that too. Wow.
Look it
well,
up.
this is not as much just because of the
Well.
resources we have, but this is definitely letters and envelopes with their name and address on, not to occupants, not to,
Right.
this is as personalized as the campaign has
Mhm.
time.
And get.
The campaign of one.
The campaign.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
one in a few.
One and a few helpers on the side. There you go.
Well, that's green. That's the Green Party. We are do-it-yourselfers.
Yes.
We are DIY. We are a
Yeah.
DIY party.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for coming. I think Kalia gave us your info, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
So
okay,
thank you
okay.
so much for being here.
Yeah.
it's
Thanks,
an awesome
Dave.
surprise. I was not expecting, what the heck's the Illinois?
Well, we're
That's-
trying to put candidates on from all across the country
Absolutely
because
fantastic.
we
I really appreciate
need
it.
not advertisement. We need exposure. That's the word I'm looking for.
yours,
And we have a platform, and it belongs to the Green Party, so we'll just use it for the Green Party.
I'm not running. I'm always looking for other candidates around the country that I can support. If there's nobody around,
Yeah.
without
Right.
question.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Right. We're in this
Yep.
for each other. Absolutely.
Maybe you can
My
give
new
me
hobby is
some
posting
pointers.
things on social media, going, "Hey, look, it's Jill Stein not running for president."
Right. Exactly.
That's my new hobby.
Exactly.
Yeah, we created T-shirts for our chapter because we live in like close to the Shawnee National Forest.
Mhm.
So down here it's like Sasquatch, big muddy monster, same thing, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So we put Shawnee Green Party on the front, but on the back we've got a silhouette of Sasquatch flashing the peace sign, says we do exist.
Yeah. There you go.
And that's a stab at like we disappear in between the presidential
know,
elections.
every
I'm like,
4
no, we're
years,
right freaking
right.
here
Right.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, everybody tune in on Saturday at noon for news of the week. There's a lot going on. I don't even know what it's going to
always.
look like. What we put in today might change by by tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an action-packed show, I'm sure. And thank you so much, Dave, for being here.
Thank
Go
you,
check out
Dave.
Dave for
You're
Change.
welcome.
Yes, Dave
Thank
for
you
change, everybody.
Really appreciate it. I love talking about this stuff. So
Yes, absolutely. Thank
Me
you
too.
so much. Thanks everybody for stopping in too. We really appreciate when you come in and see us. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for all the comments. All right. Take care. Bye. And peace.
An uprising, we're rising up. It's an uprising, we're rising up. It's an uprising. Fight the power. It's an uprising. Fight the power.